Smith Price might finally be coming home. He was a freed slave of the first Senate president of Maryland. He acquired land and donated that land to build the first African-American church in Annapolis. Now his remains will make it back to his church. WMAR 2 News' Don Harrison has this story.
The Asbury Methodist Church in Annapolis was built in 1804. The man who donated the land, Smith Price, a former slave from Annapolis, died in 1907 and was buried in a family plot behind the church. They believe his grave and his child's grave were dug up during construction in the 1980s and moved.
So all I have ever known is this church.
Janice Hayes Williams was born and raised in Annapolis. She finally found the bones that were dug up on a museum shelf in Calvert County. She says this is a great time to educate the community how much African Americans thrived in a free Maryland, especially Anne Arundel County.
There are not a lot of stories about post-revolution African Americans. People must remember at the Civil War, half of Maryland was free.
Hayes Williams says she's seen the community unite together after this historic find. St. Anne's Episcopal Church, a predominantly white church just a couple of blocks up West Street, says some of Price's relatives were buried in their cemetery, and they have reached out to the Asbury United Methodist Church.
And they told this church, we will bury him with his family in St. Anne's Cemetery when the time comes. So I've seen a coming together of this community I haven't seen before.
They hope they can find enough DNA from the teeth of the skeletons. If not, Hayes Williams says this is more than about our differences.
We're crossing all the lines, color lines, religious lines, political lines, because this is important to all of us. Our beginnings, we've all been together.
In Annapolis, Don Harrison, WMAR 2 News.